What is a work plan in construction? I am so stoked about this video because I'm going to draw behind me what I believe a work plan in construction is, but the answer really is, it's whatever you need it to be to have a full kit. And I'm gonna draw that, and I think you're gonna really, in this video, be able to see what I'm sketching, and you have the aha moment and say for you what you think a full plan is and what it means to you. So let's talk about what is a work plan in construction. So let's go ahead and do this. I love this. I want you, please, as a favor, with your consent, to like and subscribe. Oh wait, no, we're talking about something else, but do that too. Everything that you plan, I want you to imagine that you have a little box, right? And in this box, you're gonna put a couple of different things. First of all, your team. Do you have everything packaged, ready to go? Do you have your plan, whatever that looks like, packaged and ready to go? Do you have the resources, the tools and equipment and everything that you need to go ahead and build that project? Is that 100% ready to go? Do you have the environment? And I do want to say you can have everything you need and not have a clear space, and then not really go do well, right? So you need the environment, a clear space, a place to actually do your work. And do you have the expectations? And I will say specifically quality and safety. Do you have everything in here? Do you have a full kit? And I'm not going to spell these out, but do you have the information, the tools, the equipment, the people, the permissions, the information, the layout? Do you have contingency planning? Is everything in your little box ready to go out here in the field? That is the point. And I don't want you to start a task until you're ready to finish it. A lot of times people say, well, I have full kit for the first part. No, and a little bit more no, and just one more swipe of no. No, it's do we have a full kit to finish the activity? Now, when people talk about a work plan, I have seen people do a work plan, and I'll just try my hand at just sketching, to where they literally have a little handwritten sheet. I super love that. I have seen, especially in advanced work packaging philosophies, I have seen a complete, basically a printout, whether that's on a Canva document or a Word document, Google Docs, or wherever it is, in a PDF format, then printed, a complete work package ready to go. I have seen a full kit be listed out in actual visuals. I have seen a full kit be the instructions, like you're assembling an IKEA manual where you have words and pictures, and you literally have a box of parts. And let me tell you just a quick story about this one. At the Bioscience Research Laboratory, we realized that at the end of the project, we have what's called drywall gremlins. Oh, the end user wants to move that there and this there, and it's like a nightmare, right? When we already have a finished project. I had been a part of a cancer center before building the laboratory, and we had drywall gremlins. Lots and lots of moving devices and patching drywall. It was an absolute nightmare. So we said, we're gonna literally model and Revit and coordinate every utility, every device, and every wall. And then we were like, well, wait a minute. If we did that level of coordination, we could just pre-cut all the studs and literally prefab everything. And I'm telling you, on that job, and there are contractors and especially electricians that are doing this, where literally, if you have a floor plan on the project site and this room is like room 210, you literally have this paper and it says room 210, and this is box 210, and it has all of the devices, any putty pads separated by the protective screen, any conduit fittings, anything. That's a pre-kit box. You just take the box and you go assemble per room. It's really quite remarkable, and it's sometimes a cheaper option than just installing pods. But the bottom line is, whatever this looks like for you, I want you to have a full kit. And the other thing is, we on really well-run TACT projects have the front and back of what's called a crew board. And on the front, we have the look ahead, the weekly work plan, the day plan, the logistics and zone maps, your preparation areas, and then on the back, there's the crew prep meeting agenda, your 6S 9 waste scorecards, and then we have these little pockets where the work package fits in. Another little pocket where another work package fits in. Because like if you're doing electrical, you could be doing overhead conduit, you could be doing in-wall rough, you could be setting gear, you could be pulling wire, you might have different little work packages. I don't really care how you do it. I get worried if it's in your head, but there are even some foremen out there that can do this in their head. But a work plan means, however it happens, this is where you're gonna look at what works best for you. What you're gonna do with a work plan is if you have a duration of doing something, divide it by half, that's how much time that you needed for the planning and the full kit. And this has to be a gate, meaning you do not go from here to here until you have that work plan and you have a full kit. Now, if you're like, let's not get dramatic with this. If it's like, well, Jason, I don't have this one part, it's coming tomorrow. Are you saying don't start? I'm saying it's either here or it's coming on time, right? So like, let's have common sense with this. I'm not being dramatic. But the bottom line is, let's look at the alternative. If you're like, Jason, this is super silly. This is simple. Why are you talking about this? Most of the time a crew just shows up. They're like, I don't know what I'm doing. You're really not oriented to the site. No documentation, no list. Oh, you're gonna go do work over there. No instructions or expectations, just follow what you did in the last project. Well, where's my materials? Then hours of treasure hunts, frustration. Can I get the forklift? Oh, it's busy for 3 hours. Okay, how do we transport this? No, you deserve better than that. So everything that you need needs to be prepared, and find your own way of doing this, and don't start until you have a work plan that's written down. And this is the last thing that I want you to understand is I want your team to be able to, and that's why I don't really like it in your head, see as a group, know as a group, and act as a group. This is a pattern that you can follow with your work plan. The first thing that you do in any effort is you appoint a leader. Then you understand the mission, meaning what are we doing? And I say mission because the military philosophy and construction sometimes, merge together. However you want to say it. Understand what you're about and what you're doing. Then you are going to gather information, and you're going to be doing listening. And especially from your crew, ask them, how are we going to approach this, right? Then make a plan. Okay, and hopefully that's a collaborative plan that's shared. And then it's going to be, this is the most important one in my opinion, communicate the plan. Because one of the things that I'm learning, especially as I'm studying for this Japan trip with Paul Akers, is that the big missing concept that we have in the United States is total participation. We're always raving about Japanese culture and how they implement lean. And what we're missing is Japan became a superpower mainly because the United States wanted it to be post-World War II and because of United States influence. But what the Japanese have is total participation. They go to the same schools, they follow the same culture, they have the same language, they are unified, and they have an island, family, rice culture, which means that because of those origins, they are very tight-knit. Those are all positive comments, by the way, because all of that originated from them being on an island as one united group. They work in total participation. One example that Paul Akers says is that Japanese children in schools will go get their food, go sit down. Nobody starts eating until every child is allowed to give back any food they don't think that they are able to eat. Then they begin, and they come back and wash their own dishes, put away their own trash, and they do not waste. Could you imagine other countries doing this? They have total participation. And so the biggest thing that we get to learn in the United States, which I love, and when we compliment Japan, we are complimenting the United States as well. We have total participation because we have communicated the plan, okay? And Jocko Willink talks about this with his laws of combat. I want to make sure that before you start, that everybody on your team can see as a group, know as a group, and act as a group, because it doesn't matter what we told them if we're still going to go in different directions. We need to be all going the same direction for us to be effective. So these are some fundamentals for how to create a work plan in construction. I'm going to turn this into a little bit of a blog post and recommend you to the book Tact, Steering, and Control, and then the book Elevating Construction Foreman. Both of these books talk about this concept, and if you ever want to share in the comments about what you do, I would love to listen and respond to all of the comments myself. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.